Houston Astros, the king has left the
Love it.
empire, the country. He has left Dakin Park. Uh, um, Kyle Tucker's traded Chicago Cubs.
Is it surprising to you that I don't feel distraught about it.
No.
Like, I'm surprised. You know what I mean? Like, when, like, 2 days ago when the smoke started to hit the air, I was like, fuck that. I don't want to trade Tucker. I want Tucker. I think he was the best, like, all around player we had, I thought.
Yes.
But like today when it happened, I was like, I get it. Like, I really do. So, like, I hate to see it go, but like, you were gonna probably leave in a year anyway.
Yes. We can talk about Tucker first. The contract they said that he'll probably be getting is somewhere around the Mike Trout contract.
Yes.
Yeah. So
we have to think about it. Juan Soto just fucking
massive.
Dogged everybody. Like, everybody's gonna compare themselves to that. Like,
yeah.
What do I deserve in relation to that? You know what I mean? Yeah. And if we're being honest, Kyle Tucker's probably top 20 player in MLB.
Yeah.
He's gonna want somewhere in the 400 to 500 range. He's gonna ask for it at the least, and we all know what the Astros are gonna do. They're gonna tell him to fuck off.
Yes.
So you're gonna leave. Like, that's just the reality of it. Like, you're gonna leave. So what's the other best case scenario? Keep you until trade deadline, when people knows you're eager to get rid of him anyway, and you'll probably get even less.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I think that this was the time to do it if you were going to do it.
It gives a team their full season to see what they get in him. It gives a team.
They got a rental. They took the risk.
Yes. I looked at MLB metrics and like everything that was being reported from it. Mathematically, we can go down that route. From the money wise to everything, it was just that the Cubs lost the trade. And it's not like, oh, you're doing bad. It's because you got a rental, like you said. You're getting a rental. You're getting a guy that he could literally get a max contract somewhere and just leave, and you just gave up a prospect and two players.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, money-wise, everything makes sense. You got – how do you feel about the players that you got? We have to realize he's a rental, so you're not going to get a massive haul.
Well, like Paredes, he's going to help the team. To what degree? I don't know. Well, my biggest thing is like, what is the implications of Paredes coming over, or however the fuck you pronounce his name?
Yeah.
Like, what does that have to do with Bregman? Because if you told me that, like, the Tucker trade was a necessity because you eventually you're going to try to make a real play on Bregman and commit to that, well, then I feel great about it, because then you got your third baseman and a first baseman.
Yes.
And that makes me ecstatic. But if it also means that we went Paredes because you're not going to make a play on Bregman, that makes me nervous.
Yeah. So the good thing about Paredes, we're getting the name wrong. I apologize, but he has 3 years left on his contract, team control remaining. So that's perfect.
Yes.
Of course, first base, third base. If you keep Bregman, which, from right now, what I'm hearing around the Twitter sphere and everything else is it's not looking good. Mm-hmm. He just wants a massive amount of money, and teams are willing to throw it at him. And it's to the point where it's like the Yankees, like losing Juan Soto, are like now like, oh, hey, we'll pay extra to get him. And then the Red Sox are like, oh, we can take him away from the Astros. We'll pay that little extra to take him away.
As true as that may be, I'm going to revert back to the saying that you always say when I say fuck that social media shit when it pertains to rumors. You always say where there's smoke, there's fire. Yes. Dana hasn't gave us reason. He hasn't lured us in the wrong direction yet. Yeah. When he said he felt optimistic about Bregman, I'm feeling optimistic about Bregman.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think Bregman still wants to be. I think he's going to stay. And I think that Crane and Dana are like, all right, we might have to spend a little bit more for this fool. But
it felt like it's either going to be Bregman or Tucker at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And with moving Tucker, now it's like, okay, all eyes are on Bregman, so we can keep him. And it goes back to the thing, like you said, I got my third baseman, I got my first baseman. Now I can figure everything out after that. But I mean, if you go that route, you're still arguably the best team in the AL West.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it just depends on the production you get out of whoever goes to right field.
Yeah.
But if we're being quite honest, we can fucking get a lot done because we missed Tucker for pretty much the whole season last year.
Yeah. So
we
I look
dug
at
ourselves out of a hole.
Paredes' numbers, he's hit more home runs at Dakin Park last year than any other MLB park.
I looked at his stats also. I think he has good. His RBI numbers would have been one of the better ones on the team because we had a problem driving the runs. Like home run, he's kind of what I expected from him. Batted average is a little bit low to me. His OPS is kind of league average, but I mean, it's also like, where do I expect you to bat?
Yeah. Dana Brown did say Chas McCormick will start in right, Jake Myers in center, and there's an opening in left that they want Jordan to play mostly DH next year. They still could add a bat or add an outfielder in the mix.
Oh, you're going to have to.
So it feels like he's not done yet. He did say that, of course, the new pitcher, Hayden Wesneski, he's going to be a starter.
He's a local boy too.
Yeah. He said his favorite's Roy Oswalt. So he's going to be a starter. He said he's not committed aggressively trying to trade Fromber yet, but he will listen. He doesn't think he'll be traded. So I'm guessing that the offers he's been getting aren't anything he wants. So he's just like,
Yeah.
And I mean, that's pretty much, from one thing I gathered, I know the internet stuff is like, it's hit or miss. But so Michael Schwarb put out a thing earlier, and it was about like the players, and I was told the feeling is that from a business standpoint, it makes some sense, but they would need to keep filling holes, and that's how these are from players how they feel. He goes from an emotional standpoint, as players and fans, it was called a travesty. It says so. We hope that the Astros are not done yet, and
there can't be. Not if you. I mean, the only way you could possibly like kind of be done is if you're gonna try to go back to being pitching dominant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, look, the reality of it is at the end of the day, it's pro baseball. It's a fucking business. It had to be done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I get it. They don't want to lose their brother. They didn't want to lose their boy. But like he basically telling you he's gonna bail on you for $1 anyway. So it is what it is. The only thing I don't like about this Tucker trade is I excessively keep hearing about the Houston using those funds to extend Fromber.
Ugh, disgusting.
Which I do want Fromber around, but like to the extent what I've heard him being extended to, is like I don't know about that.
Disgusting. I mean, yeah, I took my emotions out of it.
I did.
Well, I did. I had already started to see the smoke more, and I was like, oh, okay.
Well, like I also was like, bitter, not bitter, but like I'm petty about it. Like it's like, all right, fuck Tucker. Like, let's be honest. Like, there's a lot of times Tucker would be playing outfield and he seemed uninterested, or it's like, did you give full effort on that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And is it fair to say he's kind of a postseason choker?
I mean, we saw it last year. We saw it the year before that. I mean,
I don't blame last year because he was hurt for most of the year, but the year before is like, well, we didn't do shit. He had one game where he had a bill that helped us win a game, but like the year we won the World Series, he had a monster game one where he had multiple home runs, but he didn't do shit the rest of the series. So, you know what I mean? He's a terrible season starter, you know?
Yeah. I mean, what was it? Dana, when he talked, there was key stuff he said. It was about what I've already said, but there was a moment where he said, I believe, he goes, and I stand by this, this is a trade. As of right now, people will be like, why did you do this? He goes, but he goes, when you look at this 2 years, 3 years down the road, and other moves have then been made, you understand like, oh, I know why you did this now for those moves up ahead. He goes, it's going to take some time for people to understand that. And it goes back to, for me, when we always say Dana Brown treats this like a business, 100%. He don't care about your feelings. He don't care about my feelings. He don't care about none of these people's feelings. Hey, I get it. That's your brother. But he's going to leave, and my job is to make this team competitive all the time. I got to trade you.
And plus, you're going to have to extend Jordan again very soon. Yeah. Hunter Brown, you're going to probably want to lock him down. Pena's going to want more money. Like, Pena gets paid fucking pennies, bro. So at some point, he's going to want money. You only got Victor Caratini for one more year. I'll do whatever we have to hold on to him. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just kind of just the business of baseball. It sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah, no, that's the thing where it's like, I think people need to realize, like, there's no cap space in baseball. So you can't compete with the Yankees, Mets, Dodgers, like those teams that just have endless money basically. So it's like, yeah, you just gotta keep.
It's not even about that, bro. It's just not wise to spend all that on one person. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just not wise. It's not like basketball where that motherfucker could touch the ball every time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah. I mean, I for me, I've thought about it. I've sat here. I'm okay with this. You get a prospect also. Dana seemed very high on him.
Going to sound retarded, what I'm about to say. It doesn't make sense to a lot of people unless you really watch baseball, like Astros baseball. A little bit relieved to get Tucker off the team because I was so sick of that lefty-lefty conversation on whether we should do it or not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, if you watched enough Astros baseball, you knew Jordan 3, Tucker 4, because that's where they naturally should be. But then also it's like, when we do bad, that's the first thing people want to dispute. Yeah. Relieved to not have to have that conversation.
Yeah. As of right now, this is our lineup right now. So Altuve, yeah, those bottom 5 are like automatic outs.
I'm telling you, bro, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna strongly consider putting Yonder Diaz at first base, like a lot, so I could get Caratini in there to call games and Caratini's bat, because he's a switch. Caratini would be the only switch hitter.
Yeah. I mean, you got a lot of holes to fill now that the Kyle Tucker stuff's out the way. You just got to figure out the Alex Bregman stuff, and then it's pretty much filling holes from there.
I can tell you what the Kyle Tucker trade directly relates to is higher expectations from Yonder Diaz. Like, you have to perform with the bat now, bro. Yeah, like you're the only real power hitter besides Jordan.
Yeah.
So you got to perform that.
And maybe they had a lot of faith in that. I mean, we talked about
he was the most consistent hitter.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing I think Astro fans need to realize. We didn't have Kyle Tucker a lot last season. Now, of course, we wanted, not that we didn't want him. We knew that we were better with him. But I do feel like at a certain point, it's one of those conversations like, hey, can we be competitive without him? Yes. How do we fill these holes without him? Okay, this is how we do it. And, I mean, one thing Dana can pretty much do is find outfielders that can play. I mean, we did that like countless times last year. So I get it. We're losing a phenomenal player, top 25, but you get something now because everybody complained when Springer left. We didn't get nothing. Correa left. We didn't get nothing. Oh,
Cole left.
We didn't get nothing. It's like, okay, now Alex Bregman, he may leave. You may not get anything. So it's like, why keep doing this? Get something for it.
On the slick side to this, bro, there's also a possibility next offseason you could make an offer to Tucker.
Yeah.
Just say, for instance, you were willing to pay a little bit. You could still make a fucking offer.
Yeah. I think he's getting a massive deal from some dumb team.
Yes, I promise you that. Some dumbass team is going to give him 10 years for like $350 or something.
Yeah. So they did his projections, and it was like, I'm telling you, like top 5 like in contracts right now. And it's like, nah, that's a lot. Like you're right under. He was like right by Mike Trout and Otani, like under Otani, a little by Mike Trout type shit.
The dude's legit. Like
Yeah,
he earned, like he's worth it. I'm not gonna say
yeah.
he's not, but
No,
like
yes,
also you just hit the no, like you use the words projection. Like last season, the way he started, he no doubt he was gonna be the MVP. She got hurt, couldn't find it again. You know what I mean? He's like a rhythm shooter.
Yeah.
He'll dominate for a month and then go 2 weeks. You're like, where's Kyle Tucker?
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. All right. What do you grade this?
Oh, I can't grade this trade yet. Like I'm gonna because like I said, you don't know the implications on like what it has on Bregman, what you do with the funds. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest. I'll give, like, if I had to give it a letter grade, I'll give it a B.
Yeah.
And that's because we were feeling like down on the Kikuchi trade, and then it kind of worked out for us, but then in the long run it didn't, because he didn't pitch one fucking postseason inning and he left, so you got rid of prospects for nothing. Yeah. But then also you think about it and it's like, well, if we didn't have Kikuchi, we probably wouldn't have made the playoffs. So damn if you do, damned if you don't. So I just want to see how this plays out a little bit.
I mean, you get an extra pitcher, so I feel like something's coming up. I feel like this is just Dana getting started. I'm cool with a B. I want to, after the Kikuchi trade where the whole fan base flipped out and lost it, and then they were like, oh, he's amazing. It was like, all right, y'all chill. Like, relax. I get it. He's a fan favorite. A lot of you are probably upset because that's the only Astros jersey you damn have. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's a business move. And do I like where we are at is as a rotation of this lineup? Hell no, because this is terrible. I don't want John Singleton even to see the field. But I understand it from a business standpoint with my emotions out. And I feel y'all Dana, y'all keep getting mad and saying he sucked.
I'm gonna let him cook, but I want to stand in the kitchen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want to. Yeah, like that's a little bit of extra salt right there, brother. You ain't want to calm down. You know what I'm saying? I'll give Dana credit for this. Send that fool to the NL. Like we didn't got to really see him.
Well, the Yankees didn't want to give up Gil or the other guy. They were offering trash. Philadelphia offered trash. He was like, no. And from what I read, he told Chicago, I will give you him, but I need one of your prospects. Yes. And they were like, well, we don't want to give you one. He's like, well, then it's off. And then they ended up giving him Cam, and it was the one he really liked. He's like, I saw him in my scouts. I went and saw him play. He goes, I like what he is. He can play third base. He's a young. So now you have another top 75 prospect in your farm. Yes. It's a prospect, but still, he's pretty
in good. Baseball, the prospect is like a draft pick in the NBA. You use it to trade. You know what I mean?
So it's interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna wait and see, but I think I'm gonna call it now. The Alex Bregman news we'll probably get sometime this weekend, and I think a Ryan Presley trade's coming up.
It makes me sick that people do think that because Tucker went to the Cubs, and we took Paredes, that the Cubs immediately become one of the top contenders for Bregman. Yeah. I don't like that.
From what I read, a surprise dark horse team is not surprising because of who their manager is, but the Detroit Tigers are.
I don't think he's going to go there.
I said if he goes somewhere outside of Houston, it's going to have to be a winning team. And I don't want to see you in Boston, bro, but as long as it's not the Yankees, I can still be like, hey, good shit, bro.
Yes.
If you go to the Yankees, I can't, from any standpoint, root for you, bro, and all that. I applaud for what you've done for the organization and the city, but other than that, no, because you'll be on the Garrett.
I'm telling you, if he gets Bregman to come back, and your infield is set, your catchers are set, your center fielders set, your DH is set, you have McCormick for right. I would go straight to my pitching lineup and I'm like you just said, I'm using Presley or somebody to try to get me one more really good bat for the outfield.
I'm trading. I mean, even the starters, you have so many. You just got another one. Like,
yes.
you already said you're going 6-man. I said this is all adding in. I mean, there's a lot that it implicates because it's like, all right, you're probably not bringing Verlander back now, so and it's like that.
Yeah.
Ryan Presley, you want to get rid of him. It's like out of all these pitchers, only 6 of you can start. Some of you come back from injury, but what am I going to do with y'all?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Wesneski, so I don't know if he's a legit starter or you somebody who could warm up fast and I could move you to the bullpen. Like, I just don't know nothing about the dude.
Yeah, Dana said he's not my rotation. He is going to be a starter. And so when he said that, my ears went up and I was like, you have a lot of those. You said we had like 12 to 13 of them.
Yes.
Who else is getting traded here in this winter meeting? And so that's where I'm like, all right, you just traded for him. So, Hunter, Spencer, him, those 3 are probably safe easily.
Blanco.
Fromber, well, yeah, Blanco, and then Fromber, you said you probably aren't trading, which, I mean, that's what you said about Kyle Tucker, and here we are
I find it really hard to believe somebody would take a swing at Luis or Christian Javier coming off Tommy John.
Yeah.
Which means it's like Fromber might be available. Arrighetti might be available. JP France might become available.
Yeah.
I don't think that we could talk good enough to get anybody to be interested in Lance McCullers.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's still, I mean,
I think you're right, bro. I think one of these pitchers is about to get traded.
Yeah. When he told me he was a starter, I was like, yeah, that's something. All right. I see you, Dana. Well, I guess Houston, calm down. Take a breather. It was fun. The dynasty is not over. This is how dynasties work. You have to replenish with stuff and everything. I mean, giving what it is, Paredes, he's excited to be here. They asked him, he's like, I'm from Mexican culture. He goes, I know that community is going to welcome me with open arms. He goes, I can't wait to do stuff and hit in that Dakin Park.
I just don't, if say for instance, Bregman don't come back and he ends up at third, don't compare him to Bregman.
No.
Like Bregman, I'm not that familiar with Paredes, but I can tell you Bregman's defense is elite.
Yes. Now, if Bregman comes back and they both are on this team, I applaud you, Dana, because that is a smart move. It hurts, but it's a smart move because you'll figure out the outfield for sure.
Yes.
All right, Houston, we're out of here. Drop your comments, subscribe. We got more videos on the way. Check out our shorts. Check out all our other videos on Texans, Rockets, Astros. All love. Later.